Hello, YouTubers. Sorry that I've not been about for about a week and a bit.
Yeah,
But I'm not.
was it last week?
Yeah, I'm not.
We were offline.
We were offline
Yeah, we were offline.
for about 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, and it wasn't due to us. It wasn't our fault.
No, it wasn't our fault.
No.
Do you want to say hello, Amanda?
Hello, Amanda.
No, it wasn't our
No,
fault.
wasn't
It
our
was.
fault.
It was.
The provider that we're with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what it was is they'd thought they'd sent out the router, and they hadn't sent out the router because I've gone from normal broadband to super fast broadband, which in other words is
It's cable.
it's cable basically.
Yeah, it's cable.
Fibre.
It's known as fibre broadband.
Fibre
But
broadband.
if anybody knows a group, a provider called Comcast and NTL, they were cable.
Yeah.
And
I made some watercolour inks with some paints that I bought, and they're called brush or crystal colours. Anyway, I made them into some of them into liquid inks, and this is the colours after a week of standing in sort of like, well, it's not subdued light, is it, Amanda?
No,
It's quite bright light, and I think the colour fastness is quite good on them, and the colours are bright, very, very bright. You know, there's some turquoise in there, there's some ultramarine in there, there's some brilliant blue, dark brown, oh, there's all sorts in there. But you might see me use them on one of the paintings because, well, they're not that bad. That basically, you make them up and put them into little bottles like that. That's purple. And that's, you know, that makes quite a good paint. You can actually add it to water. They're that strong. You can actually add them to water. I went out and bought myself a new sketchbook, which I haven't started using yet. I have stamped it with a butterfly. It's a fairly decent paper in it. It is just sketch paper, you can't paint on it. If you did, it'd bleed through. I don't even think you could use markers on it. Right, now, do you remember this little lot? Eh? This was not a full set. This was 12 pencils or 14 pencils short of being a full set, or like me, 2 tiles short of a roof. And now it's only 2 pencils short, as I've acquired some more pencils. So now I'm only 2 short, which I'm going to eventually buy the 2 pencils, and then there's a full set. You know. But then the other day when I was on there looking to make up the full set, something caught my eye. Yeah, and it was this. But this is a set of, hang on, let me get this right. The full set of 60 art grip aquarelle watercolour pencils. I've actually opened it, but I haven't used it. I didn't want to use it. I am going to swatch them out. That's that's what they are. There. I don't know whether you can see that. That's what they are. They're actually made in Germany by a company called Faber-Castell, which I actually like. I've actually used their pencils in the past. I've got a few here from one of their other sets. They're called Albert or whatever it is, Albrecht Albrecht. I bought them in singles a couple of years ago. Right, this tin of pencils I bought. Amanda likes this tin of pencils. Don't you, Amanda? Amanda likes this tin of pencils very much. It's a nice tin of pencils. It's got my set, what I was after. It's got an information booklet with them, and there's two layers. There's two layers in there, which I'll see about taking one layer out, and then I can show you the other layer underneath. And there's the other layer underneath, look. So, like I said, there's 60 pencils in total. Amanda's here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just behind them. Just giving the horse a piece of hot dog.
So we'll eat the hot dog.
He won't eat it.
He won't touch it, will he not?
No, he won't.
So that is a full set.
Do you want a piece of hot dog? It's cold, mind. So I'm just about to put them in the casserole.
You're going to put them in the casserole, are you?
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
What was the piece?
No, you're alright. A bit peppery. So that is a full set of Faber-Castell Aquarelle watercolour pencils. The ones I've been after for 2 years. Eventually I did get some. Shortly the Christmas season will be upon us. Amanda will be stamping and making cards. That's why I tested the butterfly out, to be honest, to see if I could do stamping. But anyway, like I say, that little leaflet that they give you, and it's full of history about Faber-Castell pencils, and it's full of tips on how to use them and stuff like that. About the art grip and about the shape of them. They're a special shape. And one of the reasons I got them is because my hands are not very good and I can't hold on to things very well. And the thing is with these pencils, I'm going to show you now, is the tri-lobal. And they've actually got a rubber grip on them. And these little dots. And it makes it easy for me to keep hold of. A lot easier than a normal pencil. But like I say, I've been after them for a while. I was 14 off that set. Now I'm only 2 away off that set. And that is a full set. That's a full set of 60. So this was a copy of the original sheet, Amanda, colour sheet, wasn't it? Yeah. This was a copy of the original colour sheet that we had when I first started collecting them, wasn't it? And I had them all. I thought it was 17, but Amanda said it was 14, and when we did work it out, it was 14. sorry, you have to excuse me, I'm tired. I'm not being... In the 4 days, or 5 days while we were off air, I'm not being very well. Well, I'm not going to go on about it because people don't like it. The pain was immense. It still is immense. I went to see the doctor yesterday and she's put my painkillers up. So that's that one out of the way. But besides that, like I say, we were off air for 3 to 4 days. Was it 3 to 4 days, or was it 5 days? About 3 days. Yeah. And then on Saturday morning, there was a knock on the door, and it was the post, and they handed Amanda the box, which was about as thick as that tin of pencils. Yeah. And I thought, there's never a router in there, and believe it or not, there was. It's about as thick as a piece of... It's not even as thick as that. It's not even as thick as that book. Anyway, it took Amanda about 5 seconds to hook us up. I think we waited longer for it to set up. Yeah. And passwords and the like. But it's all done now anyway. We're back on the air. Got a faster download speed, got a faster upload speed, so hopefully this will sort it. I was having a look out the river before, and the river's up. And then Amanda said there was a bunch of silly buggers this morning who were down the river, and they were throwing canoes in and going canoeing in it. And then the next minute, you know, there's a couple of police cars and a police van, and you know, you'd think somebody had tried to commit suicide by drowning themselves. You wouldn't think that somebody had actually gone into the river on a canoe. Canoe, not a canoe. You know. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Oh, by the way, I hope all you people in America, where the storms were, I hope you're all alright.
We're getting a bit of a storm up here.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a storm up here now. It's not as bad as what you've got. Don't know.
Hey, somebody's beeping the horn outside.
Somebody's beeping. It was on the main road, I think.
Yeah, that's what they can hear. They think it's you.
Well, how can it be me? I'm sat here, you daft pups.
Yeah. Yeah, every time America has a storm, yeah,
we end up with the tail end of it.
We end up with the tail end of it because it comes across the Atlantic towards us. So our wind and rain isn't quite so strong as it is over there. But yeah, we usually end up with the last of it.
We're supposed to have 75-mile-an-hour winds today.
Yeah, well, it's been windy, but it hasn't been that windy. It's been more like a rain.
The only 75-mile-an-hour winds that's been going on around here is out of my butt.
Yeah.
Yep, dog's eating.
Aye.
First biscuits to hot dogs, see?
Probably, I don't know if
Well,
he
like-
set it or what. She's probably beaten it.
Oh, Amanda got me some. She got me some of these as well.
Yeah, you've already filled
Soup.
that before.
Super erasers.
Got some more.
We've got some more of them.
Some blenders.
Some stumps.
Some blenders.
I call them stumps. Actually, these are actually good value for money. These, because you get 3 in there, and they're only £1, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or is it 99p? Quid.
Well, round off to a quid.
Quid. Round it off to £1.
Yeah.
Amanda also got some, because she's going to get a busy on.
No, it's not Amanda. It's Amy. He bought them.
These, right? They look blue on there, don't they? They're not. They're actually green, believe it or not. We put them under there. Yeah, under there. Under there. There, look. You can see the green. They don't look very straight neither, do they? You know what I mean? But these are what you call. What are they, Amanda?
The stencil brushes.
The stencil brushes.
Yeah,
But there's a special name. I'm holding on to my hands here to stop myself from shaking. There's a special name for a stencil brush. And what is it, Amanda?
Oh, I don't know.
It's called a stippling brush.
Oh, God, yes,
It's called a stippling brush. You can use other brushes as stippling brushes, but I prefer to use a proper stippling brush. If you're going to do stencil work, you use proper stippling brushes, and that's what we got for, because the hallway is going to get painted. What is it, mint green again?
Yeah, I'm after some stencils.
We're after some stencils
Yeah,
of grapes and vine leaves and
yeah. Go have to look on the internet, see if you
yeah,
can find some.
and roses. Is it roses you want?
Roses?
Yeah. It's anything like grapes and vines and flowers, isn't it?
I've never seen stencils in
Any of the
shops, no.
no, we haven't seen any of the
From what I'm
stencils.
wanting.
We might be able to print some out if we can find them, and so one of us will be able to cut them out, or I'll get somebody to cut them out on a machine. I've got a machine to cut them out myself.
Yeah.
Since we've never plugged it in.
Yeah, we've got one. Is it a cricket?
Yeah, cricket. Yeah,
Cricket.
yeah. Cricket. Oh, what they're called again, Amanda?
It's like a die cutting.
It's like a die cutting machine, isn't it?
It's a die cutting machine.
Yeah.
But you don't
Crush
use
them.
a die.
You don't pressure.
You don't pressure. Yeah.
When you use die cutters, you use plates and rollers,
Yeah.
and it gives pressure, and the die actually cuts into the paper and the card you're using,
Yeah.
and that's how you get your die cut. Well, with this one is plugs into a computer, and it's like I would say it's almost like it's like a cutter's a. Oh, I'm trying to think what it's
What
like.
do you use on an industrial scale?
Yeah, it's like plasma cutter,
Yeah, that's it. Aye.
or a CNC router, or a CNC cutter.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Disappear in the kitchen.
yeah.
But they do some, not biscuits, scones.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna call it a day shortly, because I don't want to be running out of time, and I've got to get this uploaded. And Amanda's going to do tea, because scones only take 15 minutes, and doggies might be able to get for a walkie a bit earlier if it stops raining, which I think it's done already. But no, that's all that's been done so far over the last 3 to 4 days we're off the air. I haven't done any painting. In fact, I scrapped the painting I was doing. I'm going to have a go at painting something else. probably tell. Right. Shaber's down there, Horace is over there. I'm just wondering whether I can turn around without clipping anybody. It's not very nice out there, Amanda. Wind's getting up again. Oh, there. Right. It's good being back. It's good talking to you again. Like I said, there wasn't much to do. Got out a few times. Sorted a few things out. But it was alright. Oh, I took some pencils out of stock. I do believe they're all Winsor and Newton. They're all Winsor and Newton. They're lovely. They'll be good brushes. Even though I'm not painting, I'm going to keep making the videos till something takes me fancy. I'm just looking for a photo or a picture of something that is going to make something click. As soon as I find something that makes something click, then I will see about sketching something and painting it. But until then, I'm going to keep popping on the videos, because it's like a vlog. It's just like, it's a diary. My writing looks as if I've dipped a spider in an inkwell and it's crawled across the page. When I left school, the teacher told me that I should have been a doctor because my writing is so bad. So instead of writing a diary, I'm going to do it on here instead, which I think's better, or personal. Right, Horace has stopped chomping. Shaber's laid down there. Amanda's in the back cooking. I'm going to get this sorted. I'm going to get it uploaded. And that's me coming back after the 4 or 5 days away or whatever. So look after yourselves. Be good. Be careful. It's getting a rough world out there. Hold your friends close, but your enemies even closer. Take care.